Hello everyone, welcome back to AutoTrend TV. I'm your Viprajesh again from CAI Mahindra Coimbatore today, and I'm here with the new BS6 compliant Mahindra Bolero top spec B6 variant. The Mahindra Bolero has always been the favorite SUV for semi-urban and rural buyers, and with the launch of the BS6 compliant Bolero, Mahindra has tried to give this unrivaled SUV a slightly modern look with updated features. At the first glance, you may not notice any sort of changes on the sides. That's because the major changes have been made at the front. At the front, you get to see an updated 9-slat Mahindra grille, which seamlessly merge into the new updated headlamps. These headlamps also include the new static bending lights, available only on the top spec B6 variant. Along with that, you can also see that front fog lamps are made standard on the top spec B6 variant. Apart from the feature inclusion, you can also see that the front bumper has received an update in terms of design and looks a little bit modern. Moving on towards the sides, you can see that the Mahindra Bolero retains the 15-inch steel wheels, which are available with full wheel caps as standard right from the entry-level variant. On the sides, you can also see this new decal design, which is exclusive only for the top spec B6 variant as well. Moving on towards the rear, you get to see almost no changes at the back, except for the updated tail lamp design. These tail lamps are now larger in size with a large reflector area. Additionally, reverse parking sensors have been made standard across all the variants of the new Mahindra Bolero. You get the very same spare wheel mounting along with the cover, which has the typical bold Bolero badging. Being the top spec variant, you also get rear wash and wipe function on the B6 variant. So that was all about the exterior of the new BS6 compliant Mahindra Bolero. These updates have definitely made the rugged Bolero a little bit more modern in terms of looks. So now let's get to the interior of the new Bolero B6. Yes folks, I'm right now inside the new BS6 Mahindra Bolero top spec B6 optional variant, and this is how the interior looks like. The dashboard remains exactly the same as before, nothing has been changed. Of course, even the Kenwood audio system, which is absent over here currently because this being a brand new car, the dealers have removed the head unit for safekeeping. Now, apart from that, everything else is exactly the same as before, including the center console. You get the couple cup holders, the power window controls are placed over here, the handbrake, the 5-speed manual transmission, the 12-volt charging socket, the manual air conditioning unit. So everything at first glance seems exactly the same as before, including the instrument cluster, which is sort of a digital instrument cluster sort of thing with the MID placed over here at the center. The steering wheel also is exactly the same as before, which includes only a driver airbag, of course. You can see the airbag marking on the steering wheel boss. Now, coming to the changes in this interior, first of all, you get to notice this new armrest kind of design on the doors. Of course, every door has this. This is done because the previous Mahindra Bolero did not have any sort of place to rest your arm while driving, even for the passengers, but this is a brand new feature on the new Mahindra Bolero. This is standard on every variant of the new BS6 Mahindra Bolero, so that is nice. Apart from that, even the doors are quite similar to the previous model, which include these small storage spaces on the doors and the very same door handles with the door locks. And on the right side of the steering wheel, you get to see the engine start stop ESS button along with the headlamp leveler scroller control. So everything else remains exactly the same as before. Now coming to the biggest change in this interior, that is of course the key of this car. Let me just get the key, and surprise surprise, you get a large flip key for the new BS6 Mahindra Bolero. Of course, both the keys are flip, so you can see the spare key, even though the spare key does not have any sort of remote controls or anything, but still it is still a flip key. And the main key is over here, it is quite large. Of course, these keys are very similar to the ones seen on the Mahindra Marazzo, and the Bolero now gets this as well, which is really nice because the original Mahindra Bolero did not have this kind of premium feeling key, and those keys were frankly quite cheap to feel and look at. So these are the visible changes in the interior. Coming to other small significant changes, you get to see this new updated IRVM, which is now placed quite differently than before. It is a little bit lower so that it's easier to operate and it does not vibrate when the car is actually driving on rough roads, so that is nice. You get large sun visors, which are standard on all variants. Of course, the passenger side vanity mirror is also available in the passenger side sun visor. It is quite small, but it's still fine. It is okay. At least they have provided this. Well, you get this cabin light at the center. However, the rear seats do not offer any sort of cabin light or anything. This is the only cabin roof light available in this car. And this over here is the Bluetooth receiver for your Bluetooth connectivity, phone callings, or whatever you want to do with your Bluetooth connectivity. And that's all about the interior and dashboard and features of the new Mahindra BS6 Bolero. Let me just get to the rear seats to have a quick glance of the changes at the back. Opening the rear doors of the new BS6 Mahindra Bolero, you get to see the very same design rear seats, which also offer a center armrest, which is nice. However, the biggest change over here is the availability of power window switches separately for individual passengers on these individual rear doors, which is really nice. And you can see that it's seamlessly integrated into the new armrest design. This is definitely an upgrade over the previous Bolero. So that's all about the rear seats. To be frank, you still get the very same static seat belts instead of providing a proper 3-point seat belt. So this is quite against the safety standards in today's current scenario, but still it's fine. So let's get to the rear. And so here you can find the very same couple jump seats, which are better suitable for small adults or children, but still can fit reasonably well sized adults. So this is reasonably comfortable as well. You can even flip them to make space for luggage and whatever you want to carry. So that's all about this. However, you get another surprise on the BS6 Bolero. You get this secondary port for filling the AdBlue diesel exhaust fluid. For accessing this panel, you have to pull this tag over here. The tag is present right behind the jump seat in the third row. So pulling that tag will open this lever and you get to fill the diesel exhaust fluid. As you can clearly see, this is an AdBlue fuel tank accessing port. In order to open the bonnet of the new BS6 Bolero, you have to pull this lever in the driver footwell. And let me just pop it open. So this here is the very same 3-cylinder 1.5 liter M-Hawk turbo diesel engine. This is a 3-cylinder engine, but still it produces 75 bhp of maximum power with a decent amount of torque figure through a 5-speed manual transmission only. And surprisingly, even though being a 3-cylinder engine, it is quite refined and adequately punchy for most purposes this car is capable of. So that's all about the engine. You can see great amount of under bonnet cladding over here in order to improve insulation, and this could also be one probable reason for the much improved NVH. So let me just close the bonnet. It is quite heavy. Apart from these cosmetic and mechanical changes, Mahindra has also updated the Bolero's variant lineup. The entry-level variant is now called the B4, the mid-spec variant is called the B6, and this car over here is the top-spec B6 optional variant, including a Kenwood audio system and remote central locking. So that was all about the new updated BS6 compliant Mahindra Bolero facelift B6 optional top-spec variant. Apart from the new BS6 compliant engine, Mahindra has tried to give the age-old Bolero a slight dose of modernity and desirability. That too without a major increase in price. The pricing is on display on the screen for you, and at this price, the Mahindra Bolero simply does not have any competition if you are in the market for a rugged 7-seater compact SUV, which can literally take up all the abuse. So do let me know in the comment section below what do you think about this BS6 compliant Mahindra Bolero. Meanwhile, this is Viprajesh signing off. See you on another video. Thank you for watching.